Okay, today I'm going to show you how to replace the circuit boards in our app-controlled pumps, the SM100 through 700 CSX. It's quite simple. You just need a few tools. You're going to need two Phillips head screwdrivers, one regular point, one with a finer point on it, 12 millimeter open end or socket. And so how we're going to get started here is we're going to take off the two screws in front. Underneath the handle here in back, you'll see that there's a couple of rubber bumpers. Underneath those are two additional, they're quite long screws that go all the way down to the bottom. Take those four screws off. The last thing you want to do with your 12 millimeter, take this nut off here in front. What that does is it holds the oil supply spout tube in place here, so that has to come off as well. So we're going to do that, and we'll see you in the next segment. Okay, now we have the four screws out. The nut from the front here is off, releasing the oil fill tube. So now the pump should just come right off, tilt it up, and then bring it forward like this. Over here on the side where you can't see, I've taken off the power cord. It just slips out of a little notch on the cover. So have yourself a towel ready here on the left side. We're going to set it down. We've got two connectors that we need to take apart. There's one there. There's one there. Okay, now we have the cover free. Here's the circuit board. There's four small screws. This is where you're going to use the finer screwdriver. After you've taken these four bolts out, or probably before actually, there's a connector right here in front that you need to easily, gradually wiggle that loose so that this conductor is also free. Get these four screws out, and we'll see you in the next segment. Okay, we've got the old circuit board out. We're going to put the new one in here. Looks like this. These three springs are up towards the front, this side here. Get it nested in there just right. And then put these four screws back. Okay, we're going to reconnect the fan switch coming from the circuit board here. It's only going to want to go in one way, and this is the way right here. Just kind of wiggle it in there gently. You'll hear it snap in place. Okay, turn the cover back on its side like this, and then we're going to reconnect this connector here. A good way to not have to think about which direction it goes, just pay attention to the colors on each side. Red goes to red. Push it in until you hear it click. The next one we're going to hook up, this is the water sensor lead. This one also is only going to go in one direction. The side here that has the two little embossment lines on it is going to connect with the side here. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's got the little latch on it. So you've got to do this carefully. You don't want to bend those pins in there. Just gently wiggle it in. Make sure it's snug. Okay, over here on the left side, we're going to put this power cord. I'm going to wiggle it back up into its slot. With the pump cover facing forward some, come in like this below the two water connections. Snug it down, make sure that this line here connecting the bottom and the top is nice and smooth, and there's no space between it. Okay, now that you got the cover back on, this is all nice and flat. No space in between the top and the bottom. We're going to put the 2 screws back in front. Tighten them until you just feel a little bit of resistance. And then maybe give them another half a turn. You do not want to over tighten these because you can crack the cover, and that's not a good thing. The back ones can be a little tricky. Get them in there and then hold them about this high, an inch or two, and give them a drop. Now I got lucky on that first one. If it drops to where it's about flush with the top of the cover here, then it's seated into place. Sometimes, let's see what happens on this one. Yep, sometimes you'll have to do it 2 or 3 times, maybe more. Depends on if you're lucky or not. I'm not getting too lucky on this one. There it goes. So same thing back here. Get them to where you start to feel the resistance, and maybe another half turn, something like that. Don't over tighten these either. Okay, just get them snug. Okay, the last thing is we've got to get the oil spout fitting to come through this hole here. I'm reaching back in there with my screwdriver to kind of guide it back through the hole. Put this guy on. Oh, come on. There we go. Tighten it up a little bit. Same with this guy here. Don't over tighten it. Okay, so that's it. And kind of tuck the wires back in there a little bit so they're not poking out. And that's it. You've replaced your circuit board. Hope this was a helpful video for you. Take care.